Few things in life are as comforting as knowing that at any moment, you can open your freezer, toss a disc of cheese and bread into the oven, and have dinner ready in 15 minutes. I'm talking about frozen pizza, the ultimate late-night snack, college student survival tool, and I forgot to cook emergency backup plan. But frozen pizza didn't just magically appear in freezers, it had to fight its way into fame. From sketchy beginnings to billion-dollar domination, this is the story of how pizza went from freezer to fame, right here on History of Food. Before we even get to the freezer, we need to talk about how pizza itself became a thing in America. Pizza started as a humble Italian dish, mostly confined to Italian immigrant communities. But after World War II, American soldiers came back from Italy with a newfound obsession. Suddenly, pizza wasn't just something you ate in Little Italy, it was spreading across the suburbs faster than Tupperware parties. By the 1950s, pizzerias were popping up everywhere. Pizza became the food of choice for teenagers, families, and anyone who wanted to eat something cheap, filling, and covered in cheese. The timing was perfect. Americans were in love with convenience, and pizza was about to get even more convenient. Here's the thing. Once pizza became popular, someone was bound to ask the question, how do we put this in a freezer? The honor of the first commercial frozen pizza usually goes to Rose Totino and her husband Jim, who opened a pizza shop in Minneapolis in the 1950s. Rose was a business powerhouse. She took the pizza parlor's success and turned it into a frozen pizza empire. The earliest frozen pizzas were, well, let's just say they weren't great. The problem was the crust. Freeze it, thaw it, bake it, and you end up with something closer to cardboard than bread. But people bought them anyway, because even bad pizza is still pizza. Rose Totino didn't just sell pizza. She sold the dream of pizza anytime, anywhere. She perfected her frozen crust recipe and packaged her pizzas in a way that screamed affordability and accessibility. Totino's became a household name, and it wasn't long before bigger food companies noticed. Pillsbury bought Totino's in the 1970s, and suddenly frozen pizza wasn't just a novelty. It was a booming industry. Today, Totino's is best known for pizza rolls, which, let's be honest, are basically lava pockets waiting to burn the roof of your mouth. But without Rose Totino, frozen pizza might never have gone mainstream. The biggest breakthrough for frozen pizza wasn't just marketing, it was science. The problem with early frozen pizzas was moisture. Freezing a pizza caused ice crystals to form, and when baked, they made the crust soggy. Enter the miracle of food technology, flash freezing. This method froze pizzas so quickly that ice crystals didn't have time to mess things up. Suddenly, frozen pizza actually tasted like pizza. Add to that vacuum-sealed packaging and innovations in dough chemistry, and frozen pizza transformed from barely edible cardboard to something people genuinely enjoyed. By the 1980s and 90s, frozen pizza had officially become a supermarket staple. And not just plain cheese, either. Pepperoni, supreme, 4-cheese, stuffed crust frozen pizza became a choose-your-own-adventure game. Some companies went for quality, marketing their pizzas as restaurant-style, while others doubled down on cheap and cheerful. Brands like DiGiorno shook things up with the "It's not delivery, it's DiGiorno" campaign, convincing people that their frozen pizza was so good you didn't need to order takeout. It was bold, a little cocky, but it worked. Suddenly, frozen pizza wasn't just about saving time, it was about enjoying pizza at home without waiting for the delivery guy. Frozen pizza isn't just food. It's a character in the story of modern life. College students have been fueled by it for decades, with entire dorm fridges dedicated to stacks of pizzas. Parents rely on it as the ultimate backup dinner plan when schedules get hectic. And let's be real, nothing pairs better with a Netflix binge or late-night gaming session than a frozen pizza baked at 2 a.m. It even became a kind of cultural punchline. You know, life is chaotic when dinner is a frozen pizza eaten directly from the pan while standing at the counter. But at the same time, it's comforting. Frozen pizza has been there for us in good times and bad, with or without pants. It's not just an American story either. Frozen pizza is a worldwide hit. In Germany, frozen pizza sales are massive. Some reports say Germans eat more frozen pizza per capita than Americans. In Japan, frozen pizzas get fancy toppings like seafood, corn, and mayonnaise. Basically, wherever there's a freezer, someone is shoving a pizza into it. This global reach also pushed brands to experiment more. Thin crust, deep dish, gluten-free, plant-based, it's a frozen pizza buffet out there and everyone gets a slice. Of course, we can't talk about frozen pizza without mentioning the elephant in the room: nutrition. Frozen pizza has long been accused of being high in sodium, fat, and preservatives. And let's face it, if you're eating a meat lover's stuffed crust pizza at midnight, you're probably not counting calories. But in recent years, companies have worked hard to offer healthier options. Whole grain crusts, veggie toppings, organic ingredients, even cauliflower crusts for people who want to feel virtuous while still eating pizza. Sure, it may not be the healthiest meal in the freezer aisle, but frozen pizza has learned to adapt to changing consumer tastes. When the COVID-19 pandemic hit, frozen pizza sales skyrocketed. With restaurants closed and people stocking up on essentials, frozen pizza became a hero of the freezer aisle. It was comforting, familiar, and required zero social interaction. For a while, it felt like frozen pizza was single-handedly holding society together. In fact, sales of frozen pizza reached record highs in 2020 and 2021. It wasn't just about convenience anymore, it was about finding comfort in something reliable when everything else felt uncertain. So how did frozen pizza go from a cardboard-tasting experiment to a billion-dollar industry? The answer is part nostalgia, part innovation, and part sheer love for pizza. It's the perfect blend of convenience and comfort, offering us a little slice of joy whenever we need it most. From Rose Totino's first frozen pies to DiGiorno's bold advertising to today's endless variety of crusts and toppings, frozen pizza has cemented itself as more than just a backup meal. It's a cultural staple. At the end of the day, frozen pizza's journey from freezer to fame isn't just about food. It's about how we live. It's about convenience in a busy world, comfort when we're stressed, and joy in the form of melty cheese and crispy crust. So the next time you pull a frozen pizza out of your freezer at midnight, just remember, you're not eating cardboard, you're eating history. Delicious, cheesy, freezer-burned history. If you enjoyed this video, please check out our other bingeable channels. Thank you for watching. If you have suggestions for our next video, feel free to share them in the comments below. We'll be sure to give you an acknowledgement for your contribution.